Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 5 to 8 English lesson on progressive verb tenses. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. We're doing grade 5 to 8. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of progressive verb tenses. All right. So we said our chapter is progressive verb tense. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 5 to 8. And then the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of progressive verb tense, it is to use the progressive verb tense, and we're going to form the progressive verb tense. So that is going to be our lessons for today under the chapter of progressive verb tense. All right. So, progressive verb tenses, right? I usually say we should break down the words in order to understand it even better. Like, what are tenses? What is a verb? Now you put progressive with it, and then you'll be able to see, what the actual meaning of those words are. And remember, whenever we talk about tenses, then tenses, it will tell you either if it's in the present tense, if it's in the past tense, or if it's in the future tense. Those are your tenses, firstly. And remember, a verb is a doing word. It's the action that is either being done or the action taking place in the present, in the past, and in the future tense. But now we're talking about the progressive tense or the progressive verb tense. We already know verb tenses are action that takes place either in the present tense, in the past tense, or in the future tense. But progressive verb tenses, right? It describes ongoing action, whether it is in the present, whether it's in the past, or in the future. So progressive verb tenses, right? It shows the ongoing action that takes place, whether it's in the present tense, in the past tense, or in the future tense, right? Because like I said, if you look at the word tense, the tenses either tells us if it's present, if it's past, or if it's future, right? And then verb is the action that, that takes place, or the action that the person or thing is doing. And now progressive is ongoing. So if we put this together, and then it means that the progressive verb tense is the ongoing action that takes place either in the present tense, in the past tense, or in the future tense. Right? And when it comes to progressive verb tenses, right, it tells you about something that is like now, was is in the past, so is in the present, was is in the past, or will be happening is in the future tense. That is progressive verb tenses. It tells us about something that is, which is now, was is in the past, and will be happening, which is in the future tense. All right. So now the present progressive tense. The present progressive tense. Remember, present mean something that is taking place now, right? That is the present. So present progressive tense, it tells us about something that is happening right now. Ongoing action that is happening right now. And the ongoing action, which is your present progressive tense, it uses the helping verb is, am, are. So it uses that helping verb, which is, am, or are. And if we look at an example, right, of the present progressive tense, then it says Julie is playing basketball right now. So it's almost like saying, what is, like the question is like, what is Julie doing now? Julie is. So is the word that we add to show that, for example, something is happening right now. Is. If, of course, we had to make mention of more than one person, let's say maybe we said the girls, then we use the word are. So the girls are playing netball right now. So are is being used. Why? Because it is the helping verb that basically shows the present progressive tense, but it refers to more than one person. All right. So with the present progressive verb tense, right? We see that it tells us about something that is happening right now, and it uses the helping verb is. And here we have an example of how we can use the helping verb is. Julie is playing basketball right now. So if it refers to one person doing the action, we say is. We use the word is in front of our verb, right? And that will show the ongoing action that takes place. If we're referring to more than one person that is doing an action or doing, for example, something, then we say are. So are will then come in front of our verb, right? And if we use the word am, it's like saying I am going to the beach. But I am. And that is how we can use the word am, for example, as the helping verb. The next one, we have the past progressive tense, the past progressive tense. And the past progressive tense, it tells us about something that was happening in the past. It was happening. And the past progressive tense, it uses the helping verb was, or it uses the helping verb were. And we write that helping verb in front of our actual verb, our main verb. So now we're going to look at an example of how to use the word was within a sentence. The helping verb was within a sentence. It says Seth was talking to Mrs. Jones when the phone rang. So we say Seth was talking to Mrs. Jones when the phone rang. So was is our helping verb that basically shows also the action, the ongoing action that takes place in the past. All right. And if we were to use the word were, the helping verb were, like if we refer to one person doing something, we say, for example, we use the helping verb was. But if we refer to more than one person doing something, let's say maybe, um, let's say Anna and Jane were, let's say, dancing, were dancing at the concert. So we use the word were because were refers to two or more people doing an action or doing the action, right? So keeping in mind our past progressive verb tenses, firstly, progressive tenses shows the ongoing action that takes place, whether it's in the present, in the past, or in the future. All right. So now we're going on to our future progressive verb tenses. And the future progressive verb tense, it tells us about something that will be happening in the future. It did not happen yet, but it will be happening in the future. Whether the future is during the night, whether the future is tomorrow, whether the future is next week, the weekend, or even next year, it is something that shows that it will be happening still in the future. It didn't happen yet. All right. So when it comes to the future progressive tense, the future progressive tense, it tells about something that will be happening in the future. And the future progressive tense, it uses the helping verb will be. So will be you use in front of your main verb. Will be. And if we look at an example, right, of the future progressive tense. All right. And if we look at an example, right, of a future progressive tense or a sentence with that shows the future progressive tense, then it says Karen will be visiting next June. So Karen will be visiting next June. And that specific sentence, it tells us the future, or it basically shows us the future progressive verb tense. It shows us the future tense. Will be visiting. We use ing to our verbs to show the ongoing action, right? So we're not just saying visit or play or dance. We're using ing, you know, to our verb in order to show the ongoing action within the sentences. And once again, yes, well done. My sister will be going to baseball practice. Well done. Yes, that is correct. Because it shows that whether it is tomorrow or whether it is later or next week, your sister will be going. And that is your future progressive verb tense. Well done. Yes. Or no, we can rather say, my mom will be going to her meeting soon. So going to her meeting soon, right? So, yes, so we can just say my mom will be going to her meeting soon, or will be going to a meeting soon. But going should be there just to show the ongoing action. But well done. All right. So now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. And before we go to aplusstudents.ca, once again, we said that the progressive verb, we're doing progressive verb tenses. And remember, our tenses tells us it is either in the present, in the past, or in the future, right? So the action So the word verb basically tells us it is the action that takes place in the present, in the past, and in the future. But when it comes to progressive verb tenses, and then it means that it is the ongoing action that takes place either in the past, in the present, or in the future. And when it comes to the present progressive verb tense, then we use the helping verb is, refers to one person doing an action. Am refers to I doing an action or me doing an action. Or are referring to more than one person doing an action. The past progressive verb tense uses the helping verb was, which refers to one person that did the action, or were referring to more than one person who did the action. And then we have the future progressive verb tense. It tells us about something that will be happening in the future, and it uses the helping verb will be, which basically refers to somebody that will be doing something in the past. All right, yes, today we will be singing for the competition. Well done. That means that if you win or you're about to compete, then you will be singing. So well done. That is correct. All right, so now we're going to A plus students.ca and we're going to use the present. We're going to use the progressive verb tenses, whether it is in the present, the past, or in the future. All right, so now we're going to the test. We already did a few examples, right, of either present progressive verb tense or the past progressive verb tense as well as the future progressive verb tense. So now we're going to our test where we're going to use the progressive verb tenses. We need to complete the sentence with the correct helping verb. It says Seth, do we say Seth was paying for the tickets now? Or do we say Seth is paying for the tickets now? So we should be able to head into the concert soon. So we need to complete the sentence with the correct helping verb. Do we say Seth was paying for the tickets now? Or do we say Seth is paying for the tickets now? So we should be able to head into the concert soon. Which one is correct? Option one or option two? All right, and if we were to select the correct option, especially since they're using the word now, it gives us the indication that it is in the present, so something that is doing now. So we say Seth is paying for the tickets now. Well done. Is. It shows that it is in the present tense. Well done. The next one says during my art class. So during my art class later tonight, do we say I will be working on my sketch for my first oil painting? Or do we say I was working on a sketch for my first oil painting? Is it will be later tonight? Or do we say was later tonight? Which one is correct? All right. And if we were to select the correct option, then we will say, during my art class later tonight, I will be working on a sketch for my first oil painting. Well done. Will be shows something in the future that you need to still do. Well done. Will be is correct. Option one is correct. The next one says the bonfire. Do we say the bonfire was blazing brightly now? Or do we say the bonfire is blazing brightly now? But we'll need more wood if we want to keep it going all night. Which one is correct? Do we say the bonfire was or is blazing brightly now? But we'll need more wood if we want to keep it going all night. So we must say which one is correct. All right, and if we were to select the correct option, we would say the bonfire is blazing brightly now in the present, but we'll need more wood if we want to keep it going all night. Well done. Is shows the present progressive tense. Well done. The next one says the lawyers are working hard to prepare for the trial since it was starting in a few weeks. Or do we say since it will be starting in a few weeks? Which one is correct? Was starting in a few weeks or will be starting in a few weeks? So was option one or will be option two? All right. And if we were to select the correct option, we will say the lawyers are working hard to prepare for the trial since it will be starting in a few weeks. Well done. Sometimes, if you get confused and you don't know if you need to use was or is or will be, then you just look at certain wordings. Like, for example, it says here, in a few weeks, meaning it did not happen yet. It will only happen in a few weeks' time. So that already gives us an indication that it's in the future. If it's telling us something is now, it means that we are in the present tense. So the action or something is taking place in the present. Or if it's telling us in the past, yesterday or earlier or this morning, then that is in the past. Now is in the present, sorry. All right. So in a few weeks, it is will be. Well done, because that shows the future progressive tense. All right. The next one says Hannah stained her shirt when she was picking blackberries yesterday, or Hannah stained her shirt when she will be picking blackberries yesterday. Which one is correct? See, there we have the word yesterday. Yesterday will give us a clear indication if it was or if it will be. All right, and if we were to select the correct option, we will say Hannah stained her shirt when she was picking blackberries yesterday. And yesterday is also a clear indication of telling us that it is in the past. Well done. Well done. All right, so now we're going to form the progressive verb tenses, whether it is in the present, in the past, or in the future. We're going to form the progressive verb tenses. All right. So we're going to form the progressive verb tenses, right? And remember, we said progressive verb tenses, it's ongoing action that is taking place, whether it is in the present, in the past, or in the future. When it's in the present, we use words like is, are, or am, are helping verbs to show that this is an ongoing action that is in the present. If it's in the past, we use the helping verb was and were. And in the future, we use the helping verb will be to show the action taking place in the future. All right, so now we're going to a test where we are going to form the progressive verb tense. So we need to now complete the sentence with the present progressive form of the verb. Do we say my older sister, option one, apply to several colleges, option two, is applying to several colleges, or option three, will be applying to several colleges? So we say that my older sister apply to several colleges, or is applying to several colleges, or will be applying to several colleges. Option one, two, or three. All right, and if we were to select the correct option, we will say my older sister is applying to several colleges, because that shows the present progressive verb tense. It's something that she's doing now. She is applying. Well done. Option two, is applying, is correct because it shows that it is in the present tense. All right, we need to select the present progressive tense once again. The present progressive tense. It says Kathleen. Do we say tie, option one, a ribbon in my hair? Do we say Kathleen is tying, option two, a ribbon in my hair, or will be tying a ribbon in my hair, option three? So option one, two, or three. And if we were to select the present progressive verb tense, then yes, we will say Kathleen is, option two, tying a ribbon in my hair. That shows the present progressive form of the verb. Well done. We now need to complete the sentence with the future progressive form of the verb. The future progressive form of the verb. Do we say the noisy construction stop, option one, in a few hours, is stopping, option two, in a few hours, or will be stopping, option three, in a few hours? We need to choose the future progressive form of the verb. So the noisy construction, yes, we will say will be stopping in a few hours. So well done. Option three is correct. It shows the future progressive form of the verb. It will be happening. It's the action that will be happening. It will be stopping. So well done. Will be stopping is correct because it shows the future progressive form of the verb. The next one says we need to complete the sentence with the present progressive form of the verb. Kelsey, do we say coil, option one, the rope around the pole? Or do we say Kelsey is, option two, coiling the rope around the pole? Or we say option three, Kelsey will be coiling, option three, the rope around the pole. All right. So we said if we use the present progressive verb tense, then we will say Kelsey is coiling the rope around the pole. Well done. The next one says, have you heard that glaciers in Peru, this is the present progressive verb tense. Do we say that, have you heard that the glaciers in Peru melt, option one, or option two, are melting, or option three, is melting? So we need to select the present progressive form of the verb. Do we say it melt, are melting, or is melting? The glaciers in Peru. So the glaciers is more than one in Peru. All right. So if we say, have you heard the glaciers in Peru are melting? That is why I specifically said glaciers. Remember, if they are referring to more than one thing, then our helping verb will be are, right? Because more than one thing are, one thing is, right? So if we had to say the glacier, then we say is, but we say glaciers are. It's like saying the kids are doing something, but we say one child is doing something, right? All right, let's look at the last one. Uncle Daryl, do we say Uncle Daryl teach? This is the past progressive form of the verb. Uncle Daryl teach us how to fish. Or do we say Uncle Daryl will be teaching us how to fish? Or do we say option three, Uncle Daryl was teaching us how to fish? Which one is correct? Option one, teach. Option two, will be teaching. Or option three, was teaching. The past progressive form of the verb. And if we were to select the correct answer, then yes, we will choose option three, where we say that Uncle Daryl was teaching us how to fish, and that shows the past progressive form of the verb. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on progressive verb tenses. We say that progressive verb tenses shows the ongoing action that takes place in the present, and we use the helping verb is, are, or am It shows the ongoing action in the past, and we use the helping verb was and were. And it shows the ongoing action in the future, which shows the helping verb will be, right? So this is now the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thank you very much for interacting, and I really hope that you do have a way better understanding of what progressive verb tenses are. You must have a good and safe weekend. So till next time, goodbye.